Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for February 2020. I do hope that this video finds you well, whether you're watching it for yourself or cross-watching for another individual with Leo placements. I do apologize that these videos are coming out just a little bit late. I actually recorded your video about 2 or 3 days ago and I lost it. It really sucked because it was a great reading, and I realized at the end I lost like the last chunk of it after I had already recorded so many other videos, so there was just no going back. It did actually feel like a personal reading for me, and maybe that's just me being a Leo and Venus making everything about me, as it should be. But I do feel like whatever comes through, it's coming in divine timing, and it's the right message for you now. So I'm really curious to see what happens for all of you. Maybe we can compare and see how similar these readings are. Before we actually go into the reading though, I do have a few quick announcements to make. Firstly, I'm currently not offering my services, so if you are looking for a personal reading or Reiki session from me, I will be resuming those around the middle of the month, the middle of February. I had quite a challenging month last month with all of my health things. I had to replace my phone unexpectedly, and honestly, I was just energetically exhausted. I know so many people were feeling that last month. We had a lot of intense stuff astrologically happening. So I'm really just taking some time to catch up to personal readings and really just get back on my feet. I do also apologize that it's taken some time to do these mid-monthly readings. I haven't done them in quite some time, actually. And I think I'm actually going to be switching those up. I kind of have a surprise up my sleeve, several really, and I think it's going to be really exciting for all of you. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. I know I feel really propelled and invigorated to make these next steps. So I hope you're all going to join me for that, and I think it's going to be great because it's stuff I've been wanting to do for quite some time, and it feels like the universe is pushing me along now. But yes, for these personal services I am doing, I will be resuming around the middle of the month. I don't have a specific date yet for when those will be up. I do recommend following me on social media. I will be posting on all of my platforms when everything is back online, and I do actually host giveaways and sales from time to time as well. So if you don't want to miss out on any special offerings, I have all of my links down below, and I definitely recommend subscribing if you haven't done that already as well. So I have also been doing an astrological forecast at the start of these general monthly readings, and I've decided to just integrate it and streamline it into the reading itself. I know a lot of people really liked the astrology report, and a lot of people also complained that the videos were just too long. Personally, I found them kind of draining myself to be going for 40, sometimes 50 minutes in a general reading. That's quite a long time. So I am just going to be streamlining the astrology as I see fit throughout the reading. And I do still have the astrology blog in the description box down below for those of you who are interested in what is going on astrologically for the month of February. I also have a list of all the aspects and transits, at least the major ones, throughout the month as well. So it's a great way to kind of learn about astrology, just looking at each day and what's happening, kind of researching. That's actually a wonderful way to learn. And I think that's pretty much it. I am going to start shuffling for you now. I'm curious to see what we have for you, Leo. As I'm doing my shuffle, I'm just going to give you a friendly reminder. This is a general reading, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for all of you. It is up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for someone else. If this video doesn't resonate, that's totally fine. Nothing went wrong. It just means I wasn't picking up on your energy in this group. You are more than welcome to check out your other videos, your moon, rising, or Venus sign. If you don't know what those are, I actually have a natal chart calculator in the description that can help you figure out those placements. And it's a good way to kind of figure out more about yourself, too. That's too many. Show me clearly. And I think that's pretty much it. What do we have for Leo? Ooh, that was a real flyer. Where'd it go? Sorry about that. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, the Magician, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Moon in reverse, all coming out together. And the Five of Wands. So around the start of this month, there is this conflict that's around you with this Five of Wands. It could also be people trying to prove themselves. There's a lot of showmanship in that way. Kind of childish behavior, really. I gotta be honest, Leo, with this Page of Swords, I almost get this energy of a rival or an enemy. And you might be a little tempted to pick and choose your battles. Or you might be tempted to fight a person or a situation, and you really need to pick and choose your battles here. Because we do have the Magician with the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Moon in reverse. This is really interesting. I almost feel like you might be playing dirty somehow with this Magician energy. It's like you have something up your sleeve here. That's really interesting. And you're trying to get what you want. You feel like you can't get that right now. And I actually get the sense that you're coming out of a dream state. You may have been in a very dreamy phase, trying to figure things out for yourself, what it is that you want. And that's becoming clearer. It may not have been clearer before. And I almost say, Leo, that you're realizing you may be in a situation that at one point you wanted it, and now you're realizing it either wasn't for you or it's just not fulfilling you anymore. And it's almost back to the drawing board here with this Magician energy. You're looking for something new in your life with this Page of Swords. Some of you may be learning something new, learning a new skill, learning new concepts. This is really interesting, and this has kind of been a recurring theme for this month in a lot of these readings. It's realizing that suddenly something in our life doesn't feel like it's in alignment anymore. And I think that's kind of following the eclipse that we had last month. So this might be stuff that you've been dealing with since January. I know at the start of this month we do have some interesting fire sign energy. We have Venus entering Aries, which is your 9th house, which is all about learning. Some of you may really be thinking about taking class, investing in something, investing in your education, investing in your spirituality more. You could also have kind of a short-term, maybe not short-term, but someone coming in who's a little exotic or different with this Page of Swords, someone exciting who's bringing this zest in your life, and it's kind of making you realize, oh, I've been lacking this, I've been missing this. It might even be a couple of other people. Maybe you're fighting over this person, actually. But I say it may be a short-lived thing, because whenever we have Venus move through a fire sign, it can be very passionate and then kind of fizzle out sort of quickly. There's definitely this argumentative streak. You're very pointed. Very feisty, almost, with the start of the month. Tell me more about this Page of Swords. Some of you may be dealing with a young air sign, especially a Gemini. Could also see Libra or Aquarius. And we do have Piscean energy on the table as well. And of course, these signs don't have to be the people in your life, but it's just kind of the energy around you so far. Yeah, Page of Swords and Page of Wands. You want a new adventure. You really want to mix things up here. You're dissatisfied in your life in some way, or something just isn't fulfilling you anymore. And it could be because you're just tired of the same people that you've been around. You might be meeting some new people, and I don't even know if this is necessarily a romantic thing, but these people are coming in and they're adding a lot of excitement. They're adding adventure. And they're making you want to pursue some new things that bring this spunk to you as well. Why is the Five of Wands here? Three of Pentacles. This could be a work situation. Or a situation where you're working with a person or a group of people and you're supposed to be working together, and it seems like everyone is just kind of out for themselves. This could be in your relationship or in a connection that is significant to you, but this actually does feel like a workplace thing. And some of you may be starting to look at a new job or look at a new area of interest. Because you thought you had these common goals with these people. Maybe your friends. And you're seeing that you want something different now, or they just didn't ever really want the same things that you did. Maybe they thought they did, maybe they said they did, maybe they changed. Something's changed here. Really interesting. And I'm getting younger energy specifically. So I'm feeling like there's a big age gap between some parties here involved. What's the animal wisdom for Leo for the first part of February? And you know, with Mercury going retrograde towards the middle of the month, we are in that pre-shadow. There might be some conflict. There might be some misunderstandings here. Your energy is coming up as Lion. This is your card, Leo. And Lion, to me, is about self-mastery. Some of you are actually going back to school or learning something, maybe learning new spiritual concepts. You're expanding your horizons. I almost get the sense that the people around you are resisting this change. And I know that sounds strange, but it's actually a very common occurrence. I forget what this is called in psychology. It might be like group regulation or something, where someone is trying to do something to better themselves. Let's say go on a diet. And you'll notice people very often resist the change. They try and get people to cheat on their diet and be like, oh, come on, it's just a piece of cake, it's not going to kill you. That's sort of the energy I'm getting with this kind of childish behavior. It's like you're triggering people by wanting to expand, by wanting to grow. And you really need to find the people who actually know you. The Lion energy can be sort of a leader or someone that people look up to. And they can be a little bit hard to relate to as well. Hard to open up with or to. Just because they seem so much more... They can seem aloof, they can seem a little intimidating even. Because they're very self-possessed, this energy, this Lion energy. And I get the sense people are a little bit intimidated by you, and that's funny because Lion has this big heart. It's not this ferocious beast that we make it out to be. But it has that reputation. It kind of has that sort of fear. And I feel like, Leo, you're figuring out what's really important for you. And not just the group, but you. We do have a Leo full moon, a full moon in your sign on the 9th. There is some sort of culmination of yourself, your ego, who you are. You're getting a lot of energy this month. And it's important that you use this energy very wisely, especially with the Mercury retrograde. It's very easy to misuse energy or misplace your efforts into something or in a way that's not going to work out in the long run. Although you're seeing things pretty clearly. Even if there's these miscommunications, your perceptions are actually pretty strong at the start of the month. You have this magician energy, you have this moon in the reverse. You may not have been clear about something in the past, but it's becoming clearer now, and it's making you realize this isn't what you want, or it's not what feels good anymore. So let's see what we have coming into the second half of February. Wow. Interesting. Got some big energy for you. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Star, and we do have a Two of Cups in reverse with a King of Cups in reverse together. So let's start off, let's go with the bad news first, okay? Because we do have this Two of Cups and the King of Pentacles. You have a lot of good things coming in the second half of the month. Where I see things being very challenging is a relationship with an earth sign or someone who has a lot of earth sign qualities. Could be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. There is the sense of disagreement. Some of you may actually be having a falling out or distancing yourself from an individual who's very materialistic. And maybe that's the priority that's changed. Maybe that's the value that's changed here. You no longer value the same things. This person is just after material gain and focused on the physical, the tangible. You're wanting to learn new things, broaden your horizons, making a change. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, I have to wonder if some of you are going to be traveling, if some of you are making travel plans, because I get this big expansive energy, and there is actually a wish that is coming true for some of you, which is really interesting for a Mercury retrograde, but we do have some strong energy coming in for you, Leo. We do have, I know this sounds kind of like lame, but we do have a lot of energy in your 6th house, your house of routine, your house of, chores, work. And we have Mars entering that house. You're changing your life. I was talking about the example of, going on a diet or maybe adopting a new fitness routine. You're taking your life really seriously. You're really picking up your routine. You're lifting up your self-care quite a bit. And I feel like that's actually opening doors for you, because when you're taking care of yourself, when you carry yourself in a certain way, because that's what self-love is. We're always telling people you need to love yourself, and we never give any sort of tangible, practicable advice or what that actually means. It's kind of this abstract thing. What does it actually mean to love yourself? It means taking care of yourself. It means doing the self-care that makes you feel good, that makes you glow. That's self-love. And I see that you're doing this. There's this big change, a new cycle for you. And it's feeling really optimistic. And while there's this earth sign energy, it's almost kind of this heavy, pessimistic person. there really is this sense of a calling for you as well. I want to tap into this star energy more. This feels like you're starting to manifest a new relationship for some of you. I am picking that up. I don't know if this person is coming into your life right at the end of February. Maybe you're just meeting someone. But I get the sense of hope. And it's interesting. I do pull a Tower card with this star. I don't want people to freak out. I know the Tower has a bad, nasty reputation. And it can be a really intense energy, but it's funny because it's like this is the card that comes right before the star. The star represents finding hope after something has fallen down. Something might be crumbling, something might be falling apart. It's this connection that you have with this earth sign, I think, or this really materialistic, maybe controlling person. But there's hope. It's like you're not a vibrational or energetic match to one another anymore. This also tells me there's a major spiritual awakening. You're opening your heart. The walls are crumbling down here. And you're receiving some big downloads. And you're getting a sense of your North Star. That's what this month is really about. Again, this is looking kind of longer term. I really want to specify that because I don't think it's like by the end of the month you're following your destiny, you're living your greatest and highest dreams. But you're starting to pursue that. You're starting to realize what that is. You're making those steps. And I think you're getting there. And there may be some crumbling that happens along the way. But you're following your North Star. It doesn't matter. You know what you're going towards now. You know there's some change. And there is some major blessings, some major abundance. Your luck is changing. Even if it feels like you're losing a sense of security or an old friendship or relationship, I just have this sense something better is coming. And you're feeling that. And a lot of people are going to be very intuitive this month as well. Whenever we have Mercury going retrograde in a water sign, communication can get a little murky. We can get a little bit overly emotional, very sensitive to things, reacting to things the way we shouldn't or wouldn't ordinarily. But our intuition is stronger. Even if we don't fully understand it, even if we don't have a clear sense of how we're going to get from point A to point D or point E, there's some steps we still need to fill in. Your intuition is guiding you to something. And it's very strong. And I don't know how you're going to make it happen. I don't think you necessarily have the clearest picture of this, to be honest with you. But whatever it is that you want to do, whatever this calling is that you have, Leo, because you are getting into your spirit animal here, your lion. Maybe this is you really coming center stage into your own life. It feels really exciting. And obviously, this is a general reading. Some of you may actually be on a path to some sort of some degree of fame or prestige. I actually do see that with the Wheel of Fortune, the star, the lion. For those of you who are performers or artists or creatives, you may be getting some sort of renown, and that might be why people are jealous. That might be why people are resisting. Maybe the people around you are preventing you from really working on your craft. But you're growing. And we do have that Pisces new moon on the 23rd as well. People's intuition is very strong around this time. Oh, we have several cards falling out. We do have the mouse, and the fish, and the dolphin. This mouse energy, this actually feels like energy around you. This feels like this King of Pentacles in reverse, because mouse energy is very nitpicky, detail-oriented, can be kind of controlling. This does feel sort of like shadow earth sign energy. If you feel like you're embodying these traits, just being honest with yourself, you're feeling like you're just, hypercritical of everything, trying to control every little detail, mouse energy is brought back into balance by utilizing this detail-oriented mentality towards something productive. So creating something. Creativity is a big theme for you. And we have the fish, which is funny because we're going into Pisces season. Things are feeling a little bit vacuous, kind of going with the flow here. Flowing with the tides. The tides are changing. And again, some of you may be traveling. I think as we're having some more planets move into Aries, your 9th house, some of you are planning to travel. Because the fish represents movement. And one in craving constant movement, although it's important that you still maintain some productivity. Especially with this mouse energy. Have your to-do list. Don't get too wishy-washy in the Mercury retrograde. I do tell people for Mercury retrograde, especially in Pisces, probably most especially in Pisces, we do have to go with the flow. We're not going to get to where we want to be taking the most direct route. It's not going to make sense. We do have to take things slow. If we try and rush things, we usually slip up. Because Mercury retrograde isn't a bad thing, it's a good thing. It wants us to do things right. It wants to make sure that we're being efficient, that we're getting things thoroughly done, or thoroughly understood. We see things clearly before we just jump in. And Mercury retrograde is never going to interrupt your destiny. You have a sense of destiny here. This is a really big reading. Whoever is tapping into this, you are stepping up in a very big way this year. And this month is going to be a very instrumental part of it. And with this dolphin energy, again, this is kind of a creative energy. It's also a spiritual energy. So maybe some of you are stepping up in some sort of spiritual domain as well. Especially energy healing. I could see that with this dolphin. Dolphin also frequently underestimates itself. So if you're hearing me say all of this and being like, oh, maybe this is me, maybe not, this couldn't possibly be me, you may be underestimating yourself. And some of you are coming into contact with a soulmate. I was talking about that earlier. Dolphin represents soulmate energy to me. I knew I was picking that up. Again, I don't know if this is something that is happening for you right at the end of February, okay? But things are looking up. You have a lot of optimistic things happening, even though there is some loss. You might be losing some people. You're feeling guided. You're feeling called. And find the people who are part of your soul tribe. Soulmates aren't always romantic. Sometimes they're friends. This person where it feels like you're just reading each other's minds. Someone is supporting you. Someone wants to come in. Could be an Aquarius. Could be Sagittarius. Could also be Aries or Scorpio. Those are pretty prominent energies popping up. Not so much thinking this earth sign, maybe for some of you, but I don't think it's this person. I think it's Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aries, or Scorpio. Interesting. I want to know a little bit more. I'm going to try and pry here a little bit. You may just not be meant to know. I don't think you are, actually. Okay, I'm going to trust it. This is going to pan out. Whatever your dreams are, I feel like you're making them come true. This feels really big. Of course, this is a general reading. You're going to have to trust your own discernment and discretion here. But the group I'm tapping into, some of you have a really big calling. And you're going to have a lot of success. You're going to be starting on this path towards the end of the month. You're having this awakening, this renaissance. And it's going in a very beautiful direction. So that's really exciting. I would love, love, love to hear in the comments what is happening for all of you. This seems really exciting. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. I have all of my links again in the description box down below. I'll have my services back up towards the middle of the month. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Leo.